I would say that's a hell of an improvement. Good evening, welcome back to the garage and the ongoing saga of my head gasket replacement, engine rebuild and subframe refurb. Where you left off was me knocking hell out of suspension components, trying to undo track rods and nuts and failing dismally, and basically decided I just didn't have the tools for the job. What I now have is this. This new vise has made all the difference, being able to actually grip the track rods and the tie rods properly. Meant I could put a lot of force on, get the with the help of a lot of heat, get the rods and locking nuts freed up. So the whole lot have been done now, and next job is to punch out the bushes and put the new bushes in, which means using my other new toy, which is this. A Kennedy 10-ton press. I did think about paying somebody else to do these, just put them into a garage and let somebody else deal with it. Trouble with that is that next time I do this job, I'm going to go through the whole rigmarole and I'm going to have to pay somebody again. It actually feels like quite a good investment just to spend the money on the press. They're not cheap, but it's going to pay dividends over time. So I now have one, which I'm well chuffed about. Successfully managed to remove the bushes from the anti-roll bar drop links. So I actually made this when I was putting the Dino together and fitting the poly bushes on that, and simplicity itself just makes putting the poly bushes into all the components very nice and straightforward. Okay, so there we go. All I then have to do is just push the inner bit in like that, and job done. First one complete. I don't want to risk damaging the bush by putting a drift on the end and risking the inside of the bush being pushed through out of the outer. So I'm going to use a socket that will then push the outer and hopefully put the bush in with no damage. What I'm going to do first is just give the inside of this a bit of a clean, so I will be back in a sec. I would say that's a hell of an improvement, old versus new. How about that? Okay, that's those done up to 100 Newton meters. I will just need to touch up my paintwork a little bit there, but all in all that's fine. And now to do the other side. These arms have got bearings in them rather than bushes. You probably can't see this on the camera, but there is play in there that doesn't feel right. I think these are about £36 each, so I'm going to do both sides and just push them out with the new press. So I don't know if you can hear that, but it is chucking it down a rain outside. Hey, here we go. Okay, first one done, now for the other side. Going to take on a job now that I've actually been looking forward to for quite a while. I have a Black Diamond Performance clutch. This is a stage 2 clutch. Release bearing, clutch plate and pressure plate. Oh, look at that thing of beauty, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. That's a lot of dust. That could be anything up to 18 years worth of clutch wear. It's not impossible. The last time this saw the light of day was when it was still in the MG factory back in 2002, maybe 2003. I think we put that into there. And we tighten this up. There we go. So it's next morning and time to try and fit the gearbox. Engine mounted sump are 80 Newton meters, those, and they look like they're 17 millimeters. There are 2 bolts underneath as well, so I'll just get those. And by the way, these bolts are 16 millimeters, not 17 millimeters. So 16 mil socket. And this bolt goes to 85 Newton meters, and I need a 19 mil socket for it. Right, lesson learned there. Because I've left pistons 2 and 3 at top dead centre, I can't turn the camshaft to make space to get those last 2 bolts in. So what I've done is I've torqued the other 8 bolts down to 5 Newton meters. So that's actually very light, just enough hopefully to just compress the head gasket slightly and to stop the cylinder liners from moving. I can then turn the crankshaft, which will move the pistons. I will then be able to turn the camshafts properly and get those last 2 bolts in. So that's the plan at least. That's all of those torqued up to 20 Newton meters. I've now gone around all the bolts twice in sequence, tightening them by 180 degrees each time, and that is it. So in summary, 20 Newton meters, plus 180 degrees, plus 180 degrees. Always done in sequence. It's going to go that way. This side is the exhaust, this side is the inlet, and it's very important to note that the can gears have to be installed properly. On the exhaust side it says EX, and that's got to line up with the pin on the end of the camshaft, and on the inlet side you have an IN, and that has to line up, unsurprisingly, with the pin on the inlet camshaft. I'm confident that that's everything lined up correctly now, so it's time to put the timing belt on, align the tensioner, and then torque it up to 25 Newton meters. Number 11, use a 6mm Allen key to rotate tensioning lever in an anti-clockwise direction and the line pointed to index wire as shown. Number 13, ensure that the pointer maintains correct position, tighten tensioner bolt to 25 Newton meters. I have to say, that is turning over beautifully smoothly. That is absolutely lovely.